It's Anna and my mom.
Hi, I'm Sarah Sullivan.
We're coming to you from Cleveland, Ohio. We're repping our Cavs gear.
Woo!
I was able to work with some of the 7th graders, but for those of you who don't know me, again, my name is Anna. I'm a sophomore at LMU and I'm a psych major, hoping to do some kind of clinical therapy after I graduate. And I'm so excited to be able to share this project with you. So I know this has been a super challenging time, but I hope that you and your families are all safe and happy and doing well. So what you're gonna need for this project is a family member, either you can talk to on the phone or in person, it doesn't really matter. Just someone you're able to sit down with for a few minutes to interview. So, and you're also gonna need something to write on, to take notes with, and something to draw with later. So whether you have like colored pencils or you're just working with a pencil and paper, that works too. Crayons, markers, whatever you have available, it's just supposed to be fun. So the idea for this project is to interview a family member about a social justice issue that has personally affected them or affected someone in your family. This could range anywhere from gender inequality to racial issues. So I will be showing an example interview with my mom, and I'm going to be using some guiding questions that I wrote down for myself and you. So you don't have to use these questions. It's just important to have a natural conversation, but these are good conversation starters. So thank you for taking the time to sit down with me and answer a few questions.
Anytime.
So the first question I want to ask you is, what social justice issue has affected you or our family?
So I think one of the issues that's been important to me has been the issue of unequal pay for women, particularly. I've experienced that. I think about that in terms of having 2 daughters and the workplace for them growing up. So I would say the fact that women aren't paid the same amount as men for the same job has certainly been a social justice issue that's been concerning to me.
Mm-hmm. So do you think that there's a solution to this problem?
Well, the solution certainly would be to make sure that people are paid equally, whether they're a man or a woman, for the same job. That would be it. One of the issues, I think, is just a historical issue, is that historically women and women's work have not been valued to the same degree, and as more women entered the workplace, unfortunately those views and those still persisted. It's a problem that there are more men in business leadership positions, making hiring decisions and making payroll decisions, and that certainly all contributes to the problem. I think there's some good news. I think it will be hopefully less of an issue for you and your generation and your children's generation as more women are in leadership positions and able to recognize the problem. But it has been it's been around for a while, and it hasn't resolved as quickly as I would hope that it would.
And why do you think this issue is so important?
Well, half the population, more than half the population, is female, and it's concerning. I would say actually it's extra concerning. I've been reading some newspaper articles during the quarantine, and not only are women expected to still keep doing their jobs, even if they have to work from home because of social distancing and other requirements, but they're also still doing much more of the childcare and household jobs, which just exacerbates the whole issue of work not being valued to the same degree when a woman does it than if a man does it.
Yeah. Thank you so much for taking the time to share.
Thank you. It's nice to be able to talk to you about these kinds of issues.
Yes, thank you. So now that the interview is over, take some time to reflect about what you've learned from your family member. Take the time to look over your notes, think about it, and then it's time to create a piece of artwork that is a visual record of what you just talked about with your family member. So you can use anything to create this, whether you want to make a sculpture with found objects, you want to create a collage using stuff from magazines or newspapers, or you can even just use a pencil and paper, crayons, markers, paint, whatever you have on hand. And this is a great way to reflect upon what you've learned. So right now I'm going to take the time off camera to create a visual representation of my mom and I's conversation. and then I will show it on the screen. So here is my final product, and I hope you have a great time creating, and I hope that I'm able to see some of your pieces of artworks after you're finished with this interview. Thank you so much.